I don't think the decision would have been reversed if I'd have went on a straight course.
Has she done this before? Does she usually run about, or has she ever been a bit erratic before?
No, never done anything wrong before. It's strange, I suppose. No, never done it before.
Congratulations if she does manage to hang on to it. It was a rise in class 3 last time out, up to a Group 1 today. She's an improver.
It's been a plan for a long time.
On to the Derby now?
No, Speller.
All right, thanks, Clary. All right, Clary is... I don't know how he's feeling at the moment, Larry Olsen. I mean, obviously he'd be delighted to see his filly first past the post, but she's caused a bit of interference. I think Greg Childs is going straight over to that monitor to have a look at the Stewards patrol footage.
Well, he would have to, because actually I believe that it's shifted out in front of him from the top of the straight and all the way down. You know, if you can take over the whole distance of the straight, it's going to be a very interesting one. I think it's going to have the stewards on their toes, and whichever way they go at it, I think there'll be merit in both sides.
All right, Brendan, the numbers past the post are 14, 1, 8, and officially fourth goes to number 7. That's past the post, but we could hear more. We'll keep a close ear on the stewards' room, and if we hear that protest siren, we'll get straight back to you. OK, we're hoping at some stage to be able to get to see a head-on, Matthew and Larry. Which way have you gone for the mail?
I thought you were going to ask me which way am I going to go to the protest, but I'm glad you left me out. Number 3, Scenic Garden, I've put on top here. You know, the patterns are starting to change a little bit. I am a little bit concerned.
Within Costa Legend going to the lead over Scenic Garden, and Go the Naki on the fence, and Roxar getting into a handy place. Round that turn at the 1200 metres, Scenic Garden on the rail, Regicide doing some work 3 wide to run to the lead. And Costa Legend back there third, and 2 lengths to Roxar outside Go the Naki. 2 or 3 behind these horses, Brodance on the outside of Quencher, and then came Evil Master, who's on the outside of As You Do. Regicide led in the run to the turn at the 800 metres. He did do some work. He might just try and steady up a little here. By a length in Costa Legend. On the rails in third is Scenic Garden, and they're followed by Roxar with a beautiful trail. Over on the inside, Go the Naki from Brodance, and then came Quencher, Evil Master, and back last is As You Do. Regicide the leader at the 600 metres, a neck in front in Costa Legend. Right behind them, Scenic Garden on the inside from Roxar. Brodance commencing a run, and then Evil Master taking off around Go the Naki and Quencher with As You Do last of all. Up to the turn, Regicide leading only narrowly. Brodance wide out on the courses, raced up to join it, and then Roxar the centre, and Evil Master still running on, and As You Do's picking up some ground. Regicide clearly headed now by Brodance. Roxar the inside of him, Evil Master running on. Brodance from Roxar on the inside, and then Evil Master. Brodance, Roxide, and Evil Master. It's Brodance with Evil Master now pegging it back. Evil Master, Brodance, they hit the line. Brodance a nose, Evil Master. And third, Roxar. Then Quencher, As You Do. And they got right away then to the rest of them headed by in Costa Legend and Go the Naki. Regicide tiring, and so too Scenic Garden.
Andrew Finlay, the winning rider, $6.50 for the 6, $2.20, $1.80 and $2.30. So 6, 5 and 2. And that was one which was enjoying good on-course support, as reported by Alf Matthews. Brodance from the Roger James yard collecting the cash. Just first 4s to be clarified, and that's the third leg of the quaddie. Cheltenham's due in 7. Jockeys are not yet up. Surprise pick. Protest is on in the Oaks. From Unrocal Saint. From there we go to Timond and then Our Fame. Alan Thomas is calling through a protest at Eagle Farm. Al, let's join up with you. We've got the head on queued up. We might get you to report the news.
OK, so we're just getting the phone call through now to confirm. Yep. So I'm just looking at the head on. From the 600 to the winning post. From the 600. Now, here's the head on. See, Zagalia's carted the jewel off there. Now, the next one is here, and Childs has to stop. Loses all its momentum, goes back to the inside, and by that time, gee, have a look where it's finished, Segalia, from where it started. Now, the winning margin was 2 lengths. Now, I'm sure Muntz in the connections will say, well, the margin was 2 lengths, but the margin was only 2 lengths because Childs had to stand up in the irons and stop riding his mount at the end of a 1.5 miles on a rain-affected track. Here we go again. On right-hand side of screen, Zagalia in the blue and white. Does Muntz stop riding? He's got the whip in the right hand. He stops there, but the damage has been done. Straightens up, goes for it again, and... oh, he's cleaning him up. I don't know. How'd you like to be Alan Reardon after what's happened in Queensland over the last couple of weeks? He's in the hot seat, he and the panel. But interesting enough, Brendan, the grounds for interference are from the 600. It's not only in the straight, so there may be more on the circle, but I don't know. Group 1 races, protests. Alan Reardon, there he is. You reckon he's got a bit of grey in his hair, Alan Reardon? I'll tell you what, he'll look like Snow White in the next half an hour.
Thanks, Sal, for once again a graphic report. No sign of a first 4 div in New South Wales, by the way, but we'll await news through the margin. 2 lengths. Protest alleging interference from the 600 metres mark right through to the winning post. So that is the news we await through from a packed stewards room. Greg Childs now giving his side of the story.
Chris Muntz on his mount came out from his true line and took my horse on an outward course from the 600. I hesitated and I didn't push any further, but he kept taking my mount out around the turn of the straight. Then early in the straight, his mount then came out quite a bit and was taking my line of running without seeing the film, I haven't seen the film, but was taking my line of running on an outward movement. He corrected it, we then ran straight and I got to within half a length, or 3/4 of a length, and then his horse at about the 200 shifted out abruptly. And I had to take evasive action and change my course. And I feel that under the rules, Chris Muntz should have stopped him riding the horse from the 600 when it started to roll around. And he didn't do that, especially in the straight. And the rule states the rider must stop and correct, and he didn't do that. And it cost my horse the money.
Okay. Do you believe the margin between the two of you at the finish was lost all ground?
I will show on video that I got within half a length, maybe 3/4 of a length, 200 metres to go. And with my staying ability, I'm confident I would have got over top of the winner if he had stayed straight, but he didn't.
All right, Chris Muntz, you've heard the statement put forward by Greg Childs. Any questions with his statement?
Where was Greg actually at the 600?
Greg Childs can answer that.
Well, I'd like to have a look at the video before I do this.
We'll establish that at the moment. None of us have looked at the video yet. Is there a statement you'd like to put forward?
No, sir, I was going forward into the race at that stage of 600. Beginning to just gradually start to make my way out a little bit without, there was no, nothing unforeseen, there was no calling, there was no ruckus about what I was doing, and I was just sort of gradually beginning to edge out to get better going for my horse. Like I said, I heard no calling or no noise or anything. I kept going. My horse did want to get out a little bit. As soon as it did, I stopped, straightened again and kept going. The last bit she has got out, I've stopped again. I can't even recall Greg even getting to within 3/4 of a length of me. Like I said, without seeing the film, I'd say that's a pretty game statement saying that sort of thing. But I can't even recall a horse getting to within a length of me, so I was always well clear of everything, I believe.
Greg Childs, any questions of this one?
Just to clarify a rule, a jockey doesn't have to call, does he?
No.
But can I just say something?
Yeah.
If he is going as well as he suggested, wouldn't it be obvious that he would be making some sort of notion that he wasn't near me or something like that?
I don't want to give away my secret, do I?
Oh, that's a possibility. Let's have a look at the video.
Okay, we'll leave it there as they look at the video. We've seen the head-on. The interference is alleged to have happened at the 600 metres mark through until the finish post. So as they go through the different angles before final points are made in the stewards' room at Eagle Farm. Now, Moonee Valley correct weight is there, 6, 5, 2 and 8 across the line. So that is all confirmed, 6, 5, 2 and 8. First for $1,912.10 Tab News.